Years go by, but the memory stays, and those were the good old days.
Thank you so much for going down my memory lane with me. Let me take you back and tell you a story called "You Got a Problem with My Kids?" Back in the day, when the movie The Candyman came out, we're talking the horror movie with Tony Todd from Clive Barker's Candyman. You know, the guy with the hook. Nonetheless, at the movie, when the movie had first shown itself as part of a TV trailer, so to speak, you know, or as a coming attraction, so you'd like to call it, or a TV trailer. Anyway, the part where the guy had gone up and walked up to the one character there, Helen, said, "I heard you looking for the Candyman, bitch. Well, you found him," and took the little hook thing he had, you know, and bashed her in the side of the head or whatever. Nonetheless, me, my cousin Sean, and my cousin John Swish, of course, like I say, we always we called him the Swish Man. We had been playing football there on 8th Street, there in the street there on 8th Street. We always did that, you know. We'd always play one-on-one. Swishman would be steady quarterback, and me and Sean go one-on-one. Well, anyway, these kids come around the area there, Marge Hex. Once again, there's something for you to go into Playlist Archives and talk about Marge Hex. You understand what I'm talking about? When they're coming around there by the fenced-in area, the Marge is there off Overlook, and they come around on the 8th Street there and start passing the house on 8th Street, and they just stand there for like 2-3 minutes and just stare, just a dead glance stare at me, because I ended up going for a deep pass, caught it, and you know, I was really like, oh yeah, boom baby, boom, Lewis Cornell, boom boom. Nonetheless, these kids kept staring. So John and Sean was sitting there talking amongst themselves. So I grabbed this stick about yay long, and I went over there and put it up in my hand, and I walked over to the kids. I said, "I heard you looking for the Candyman, bitch. Well, you found him." John, the Swish Man, and my cousin Sean, they're busting up. I mean, they have done lost it. They're laughing hysterically, and the next thing you know, these kids go running off down 8th Street, turn off there, and about, I'd say, good 20 minutes rolls around. You know, somewhere in between 20 minutes, I'd say, rolls around. Here comes this guy with these same kids. Well, John's getting ready to throw the football, and he glances out of the corner of his eye and sees this guy. He's like, "Can I help you, sir?" He's like, "Yeah, you got a problem with my kids?" He's like, "Excuse me, sir?" He said, "You guys got a problem with my kids?" So, "I don't know what you're talking about, sir." He's like, "My kids came to me and said somebody up here called them a bitch." He's like, "Now, if my kid's done something wrong, you go ahead and you let me know about it." And he goes, "I'll make sure that I whip their ass." He said, but if you're calling my kids a bitch, you have a problem with my kids, I have a problem with you." And Swishman's like, "You know what, sir?" He's like, "We've been sitting here playing football, and your kids came walking by, and they stopped a few minutes or anything, and you know, we were talking amongst ourselves, and my cousin called we're all cousins here. My cousin called my other cousin a bitch because he knocked away a pass I threw to him. Other than that, nobody's called anybody a bitch." And the kids are pointing at me, going, "Yeah, Dad, that's him. He's the one that called us a bitch." And my cousin, the Swishman's like, "You know what, sir? I'm sorry to say it, but your kids are misinformed. Nobody called anybody a bitch here." And the kids just tried to convince him that I was the one that called him a bitch and all this other stuff, and picked up a stick and everything. And Swishman told the guy, "You know what? These kids are lying." And the guy's like, "You know what? Let's go. When we get home, you kids are getting an ass whipping and you are grounded." Funny time, nonetheless. You got a problem with my kids? Funny time. I'll never forget it. Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. I'll catch you next time.